Hello, you buggers. Today, I'm not only going to show you something to do, or something I'm going to do, but I'm also offering you a little bit of an opportunity. Now, I have gone out and bought a bulk of bits, which are these. I'll take them out of the packet. They are neck bolts. Not ordinary neck bolts, which aren't even bolts. I don't know why they call them bolts, because they're not bolts, they're screws. But these are bolts, okay? So we have a stainless steel insert. Now, not the cheapy ones, these are good quality ones. These were expensive, the little inserts at the end. Threaded inserts, and with a countersunk Allen key. So what you do, if you don't already know, is you fit these into the guitar neck. They have an Allen key sort of hole at the top here, so you can wind them in. Once they're in, you can use the Allen key bolts to bolt the neck together. Now, why would you do this? Well, this actually gives you a much tighter fit of your neck to the body. It gives you a little bit more control as well, and also because they're nice strong Allen key bolts, the ends won't fudge up when you try to screw it all together, which can happen with the standard neck screw. Okay. So like I say, these are stainless steel threaded inserts. Now you can get zinc ones, which are cheaper, and but they're not. I don't think they're quite as good, and they're a little bit shorter as well. These are 12mm long, so it gives you a good solid connection to your guitar neck. So let's have a look at the guitar neck. Now this is one that has already come off a guitar, so it has holes already there. Now there are two ways you can fit these bolts. You could fill in the holes, and that way you're basically working with like a brand new neck, and then you locate those holes through the body. Or there's method 2, which is, well, you've already got the holes there, so you know where the holes are supposed to be, and you just make them bigger. Now, how do we make them bigger? Not so easy. Not that easy. Now, the hole you need to drill to fit the inserts is 7mm. So this is a 7mm wood drill, and you know it's got the little pointy dink at the end to help guide things in. But if you actually put it with the neck, you know there's a lot of movement there, so there's quite a large margin for error. Now you are allowed to have a little bit of play on these, as long as they're in straight. You can have a little bit of play, but that is probably a bit too much. Now what you could do is you could go up in size. Find the drill bit that's made that hole, and I'd probably say it's about 2.5mm, maybe 3mm, that's make that hole, and you just go up 1mm at a time. Now that's one way of doing it. I wouldn't recommend just like jumping straight to a 7mm hole. So for the benefit of you guys out there, I will do it both ways, okay, so we can see how it turns out. So I'll get you onto the bench. Well, I'm yeah, I'm not offering that kind of services, but we will take the camera onto the bench and I'll show you what we're going to do, okay? So I have these two holes filled here, which we're going to use for the concept of a brand new guitar neck with no holes pre-drilled. Now I am going to start showing you about this end with imagining, you know, you've actually got some holes pre-drilled in there from previous. Now there's, as I said before, we could use this. Now this opens up at 4mm, goes up to 6 and then 8. We don't want to go up to 8 because the drill bit we're going to use is 7, but we can at least get it up to 6, which is the second noggin down. So that gives us an opening like that. Well, let's do the similar thing on the other side. Now I've already pre-marked these depths on these drills. So the first drill is going to start off with is a 3mm drill. That does very little apart from just cleaning out the hole a little bit. Then up to a 4mm. And we'll do the same on this side. Now you can do this in a drill press if you've got one. I do kind of have one, but you know, I'm just going with as basic a technique as possible for all the people who don't have these sort of things. Six mil. Six mil then. Now if you're using these kind of bog standard drill bits, be careful because they will tend to try and drag through. Seven mil. If you're really nervous, you can go up in half mil drill steps. So that's done. Now the final thing, it may not seem relevant, but just give a little countersink. Just give it a little countersink, because what I've found is when you take these inserts without a bit of a countersink, it tends to try to pull the wood up at the top. Probably also helps just guide it in to start with. So here we go with an insert. So going in nice and straight. You can see it's straight because the Allen key is nice and straight. Let's see if I can do this to camera. So it's starting to go in once it's in, you can swap over to the stumpy end, get a bit more leverage, and obviously make sure you're down just slightly below the wood level there. Let's get another insert. See, it's pretty easy, it's not tricky, just go nice and steady. Just waiting for that bang for the wood to split down the side. There we go. 2 in. Alright, I'll clear the bench a bit and show you how we get these little boys. So the neck is got a clamp on it, just a bit of styrene protecting the fretboard. I mean, it's rubber anyway, so it'll probably be alright. And I have thread fishing line, just some what, £15 fishing line, nothing super special. Tied onto a bit of stick at the back, looped up through the high E, riding over the nut into the hole, round the back, through the next hole, over the nut, and then back down into the down through the bridge. And just to keep some tension on it while I'm working on it, I've got I'll just tie the end to a hatchet, loop it round there, and just let that fall to the floor. What's that doing, Dunk? Well, what that's doing is give us an idea, once the strings are over the nut, that the neck is straight down here. Now I do need to push it a little bit that way, and once that's done I should be able to clamp it off. Trying to do it with it's probably not the best kind of clamp to use, actually, to be honest with you. So with the neck in the right position, you can come in and mark through the through the back where the hole needs to be drilled. Now I've got a big piece of masking tape down there. There are no pens small enough to go down the hole, so you can use an awl, which is like a screwdriver with a pointy bit on it, if you've never seen one before. You may not have an awl, so you know there are men's stuff you can use that you can find, you know, in your shed, workshop, whatever. A nice pointy nail, or what I'm going to use is a screw. It's actually a plasterboard screw because they're really nice and sharp and pointy at the end. Just got a bit of tape wrapped around it to make it a bit more snugger fit in the hole. I can't really show you because it's around the back, so I can mark that off. Now the other thing you can do if you're feeling brave is just go at it with the drill in the hole, but let's go the unbrave route, shall we? So hopefully that's pressed the mark where I need to start drilling. We shall see once you've unclamped all this. Or we could just pull the neck away. So there we have the two marks. You see I've had a bit of masking tape down there so you could probably spot the marks probably a little bit easier. And because we're just going straight straight with the one drill bit, which is a wood drill bit with a pointy bit, 7mm, and let's mark up the depth. I mean, the marking up the depth is really easy. You can just take the stud, just mark off how far it needs to go. Let's look at that again. As before, just a little quick countersink, just a little one. Oops, let's knock the dust out. There now, job done. It's just I'll take that down a little bit more. There, job done. All we need to do is all we need to do now is put the guitar back together again. It's ready to go. And you will see that when I put the guitar back together again once I've done it. I'm not going to do it now because I'll just be bolting up for no reason, and I've still got to two-coat it. I keep saying two-coat it. That doesn't make sense. 2K poly finish. I still got to do the 2K poly finish on it, so I'm going to leave it apart for now. But I'm pretty confident that we'll go back together again. Now then, here's the thing. I was going to show you a bag of these, but they're all gone. They're all in here. Wait there. Now, as I said before, I bought a bulk lot that I can make these. They don't come from the same place, the bolts and the inserts, so I had to hunt them down, and especially hunt down the quality ones. Now I've got quite a few here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer them for sale. I'll be building them on eBay. I'll post a link, and I will also save back 10 or so, for any subscribers who might want them, and you can just contact me directly. How much are they, Dunk? Oh, they are a bargain price of £9.99 a set. Okay, plus postage. Postage is in the UK is like £1. To Europe it's £2.50, and to just about everywhere else in the world it's £3.20, unless you live somewhere exotic like Australia or New Zealand or some flipping weird island somewhere. It's £3.40. That's how much shipping costs. I will include with that a kind of like a brief summary of what you need to do. This video is going to stay up here anyway, so you can always come back and watch it. I think there's a few videos out there that show their methods of putting inserts into necks, but it's not too hair-raising a job, especially if you've already got the holes there. Now I'll be using these inserts on Mr. Six's strap, so that's a neck with no holes prepared. So I'll probably go through that process. The process again, maybe just for anybody else. Now, what will you need? You need a 7mm drill bit to make the hole for the insert. You'll need a 4mm Allen key to put the inserts in, and a 2.5mm Allen key for the bolts themselves. I might even look into getting a bulk set of Allen keys, just in case any people out there don't actually have a set of Allen keys to do that. The 2.5mm one might be a bit more tricky. I'm not too sure what the metric equivalent is. Let's have a look. I mean, obviously it's not an exact equivalent. Yeah, so that's 7/64. No, oh sorry, nearly 3/32 is the imperial equivalent. Did I say metric equivalent? Oh, it doesn't matter. But you know what I'm talking about. The inchy size. So there you go. If you'd like to just contact me directly for a set, give me a shout. You can either, well, you don't want to put your address and things in the comment section, but you can directly message me, and I'll send you a PayPal invoice, and it'll be on its way. Now, obviously, sending to Europe and the United States is almost like, a third of the price of the insert. So, if you want multiple sets, just let me know. If I get a huge order of all these different things, I'll have to get another bulk set in. That will only take a few days to get the whole set back together again, if I need to make more. So, well, anyway, there's the offer for you, and Oh, yeah. So that's it for now, you buggers. Until the next time. Bye for now.